Hey guys, what's up? We're playing a dating sim, a new dating sim. And this is called Yume Miru Kusuri. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I did my best. A drug that makes you dream. So I've heard this one's kind of weird. So that's exciting. I love weird dating sims. They're probably my favorite dating sim. So let's start. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. I think it's just a sound effect. It's a monotonous, incessant noise. It's a sound that makes you drowsy after you listen to it long enough. It's like the sound of a moving train. It makes people want to go to sleep. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. I think I must have sat here, half asleep, for some time. It happened again, like it always does. It's that hallucination. I'm not on a train, and there isn't one passing by. It's just this auditory illusion I get. It's depressing, really. But on the upside, I never have any trouble sleeping. I guess I'm already asleep. I'm hearing the noise even in my sleep. I wonder when it started. No idea. But I do believe the monotony of a moving train is suitable for me. I live the same day every day. I go to school, I go back home. I'm pretty bored with it, but I don't feel like breaking the cycle. I don't see the point. I've been a normal student by sheer inertia for a while now. That's not going to change. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. I feel like the sound effects are already on there and there's really no point in me saying them, but it's kind of fun. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. It's as if the train is transporting my entire life. My senses fade. I lose myself in the dull noise.
そうね。あなたは
Yes, you have. I didn't know if they said it was English, but they didn't say whether or not the voices were in English. So I guess they're not, which no big deal. I can read them. I don't have as amazing a voice as her, but we'll do our best. Yes, you have. A weird, creepy voice. Oh my gosh. I'm in an old-fashioned train car. In the seat across from me is a woman dressed in black. She's pretty. She wears one of those Russian hats. A shapka? From under the hat comes her long blonde hair, which in turn falls over her black
あなた
cape.
はこれまで自己改善に取り組んできたわ。
You have come a long way with improving yourself. I love creepy women. Sorry? Is that so? I couldn't say, but if a lady like her says so, then it must be
これからは
true.
自己破壊に取り組まなくてはならない。
You have to continue to improve from here on. I will. I nod. I'm too sleepy to
公平
think.
の無意識はリアルに飢えているの。
You crave for reality subconsciously. Yes. I'm convinced that I crave for reality subconsciously. The woman smiles and nods. It's the warm smile of an older
い
woman.
い子ね。
You're a good boy, Kogi.
それならすることは一つよ。
And that means there's only one thing to do. Take your soul. Sorry. The woman stands up, still wearing that smile of hers.
私と
You'll have
ファイト
to
しなさい。
fight me. Oh my god, that actually... Okay, it turned out to be the perfect voice for her. Oh dear lord, oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. The woman slams her knuckles together. Her cape flies up behind her like a vampire's cowl. Yowza. Before I get time to react, she drags me onto the floor. Before I can object, she bears down on me. Wait, are we fighting her or something? Wait. Youngsters nowadays sure know how to defend themselves. Hang on. That's not my
拳は
line.
強く強く握り込むのよ。
Clench your fist very, very tightly.
さもないと骨を痛めてしまうわ。
If not, you might break a bone. I clench my fist so tightly I think the joints in my fingers might come off. I can feel her getting ready to hit me. I thought she was straddling us for a second. I was like, wait, what? I'm normal and I don't get any joy from pain, and she doesn't listen to me. She raises her hands over her head.
ジェノサイ
Oh my dear lord. Okay, genocide. Genocide. I figured you understood from her voice. The next instant, the woman lets fly her punch. Simple as that. My field of vision is filled with an enormous fist. Yeah! Ah! I jump. Oh, There's a thump. I feel something collide with my forehead and stars appear before my eyes. Yep. Gah! Though I just jumped up, I now cringe as a result of the pain my forehead causes me. There's another thump. I hit the back of my head on something. Now I hurt in 2 places. Great. And there's a flop. Since I was sitting on a bench before I jumped up, I fall to the ground. With all my writhing around, I managed to hit the side of my head on the bench. Gah! When my vision returns, the world is blurry with the tears I shed out of pain. I can just make out the graffiti scribbled on the underside of the bench. You can't get gum out of your hair. Why does he keep asking for my cell phone number, even when I told him I don't have one? When I went to the toilet, there was a used napkin in there. Of course. I don't know who wrote these things or why, but I don't like them. It's as if they're a final slap in the face after all that. I look away.
平気?
Are you alright? Are you alright? My eyes meet another pair, worriedly looking at me. I feel even worse now for being looked at in a situation like this. Sure. I stand up, pretending to be fine. I wipe off some dust. I still hurt pretty
びっ
badly.
くりした。いきなり飛び起きるから。
You startled me, jumping up all of a sudden. Hang on, she's rubbing her forehead too, and there are tears in the corners of her eye. Wait, that first thump when I jumped up, did I sort of headbutt you back there? I'm so sorry. What are the odds of actually knowing the other person in a situation like this? She's Shiraki Eika, and she's my classmate. Well, to be fair, nobody ever comes to the roof except for her and me. Do you have a bump?
大丈夫だと思う。
I think I'm okay.
でもびっくりしちゃったよ。なんかうなされてたからつい覗いちゃったんだけど。
You really scared me, though. It was like you were having a nightmare. I couldn't help taking a look. Ugh, so right. Not only did I ram my forehead into hers, she also studied me while I was asleep.
でも鏡くん、いつから寝てたの？
But Kagami-kun, when did you fall asleep? After the second period.
もうお昼だよ。あ、鏡くん、サボりだ。
It's already afternoon. You've been skipping class? She looks at me like she caught me in the act of causing mischief. She's still rubbing her head. She's probably still hurting. So am I. I guess it's my fault. Well, I was working yesterday and I got late, so...
鏡くん、バイトしてたんだよね。
Oh, Kagami-gun, you have a part-time job? I just fall asleep in class anyway, so I might as well do it here. If I go on about my job, then she'll get all sarcastic about how hard it is on me. So let's just go with playing hooky. Hey, I don't remember seeing her in class either. You weren't in class this morning. Did you come in just now?
その
Well, she's trying to dodge the issue. Then I notice. Hey, what's that mark on your face? There's a line on her cheek, as if she's been pressing it to the bench for a long time.
これはね、なんていうのか。ほら、あれ。
Well, how should I say it?
ベンチの心を聞けっていうやつかな。
I guess I was listening to the bench's thoughts. What kind of reason is that? I imagine her pressing her ear to the bench. I can't believe anyone in their sane mind would do that. Then I noticed something else. She's holding something in one hand. It's a blanket. Never mind that. Who are you supposed to be? Linus from Snoopy?
へえ、あの子、そういう名前だったんだ。よく知ってるね、鏡くん。って、
Oh, is that what he's called? I'm amazed you know stuff like that, Kagami-kun. Oops. She quickly hides the blanket behind her back. Not that there's any need to hide it.
鏡くんは知らないかな。 今も世界の片隅では一枚の毛布さえもなくって。
Kagami-gan, don't you know that there are places on this earth where there are no blankets at all?
夜の寒さにカタカタ震えてるかわいそうな子たちがたくさん。
There are lots of children who are cold at night. Lots! There really is no point in getting upset and going off about that. I wonder how many girls would consider the lack of blankets a major world problem. I think I know what it is she was doing, but I'll give it another shot, just in case. By the way, Shiraki-san, did you know this? Know what? Recent studies show that women who sleep more than 8 hours a day tend to get fat. This is, of course, bull, but she's known for being slow, and that's the main thing. What? Is that really true? Wow, she's even using her fingers to count.
確かお家で6時間、学校来てから2時間。
Let's see. I slept 6 hours at home and then 2 at school. Oops. I changed her voice a little bit. It's hard for me to do high-pitched voices. Like, they just change so much for me. Then there's this awkward silence you get when someone's just dug their own grave. She just stands there, looking at me, looking at the blanket, rubbing her forehead. She gently puts the blanket on the ground. Then she lies down on it and curls up. Well, good night then. Hey? This is ridiculous. She's pretending to be asleep, hoping to fool me that way. This is not a comic. I won't say anything else. Sorry. She's back on her feet again, but she looks crestfallen and mortified. I really don't know what to say to improve the situation. I'm not that close to her, after all.
私ちょっと寝坊しちゃって。
I overslept a bit.
どうせ遅刻だし、それならいっそ午前中はサボっちゃえって。
And since I was late anyway, I decided to skip the morning classes. She mutters something in defense, but it's not like I really care. But I feel bad for making her lose spirit like that.
そしたら鏡くんが先にいて。
And then you were here already.
よく寝てたみたいだったから声かけない方がって思ったから。
And since you seem to be having a good nap, I didn't want to wake you. Her sleeping here too is one thing, but that probably means I made some funny noises in my sleep and she noticed.
でもちょっと意外だった。
But I was a bit surprised. Huh? What about?
鏡くんってこんな風に堂々とサボったりする人だって。
I didn't know you were the kind of guy to play hooky on such a scale. Ah, you know. I consider myself an obedient pupil who works comparatively hard in class. And when I decided to make it late, I did feel some excitement about doing something I shouldn't be doing. But that's about it. The conversation has derailed. Silence follows. Underfoot, I can hear the noise of a school building in full operation. There's a broadcast on the intercom and then the chime.
4時間目終わったね。
Fourth period is over. Yeah.
鏡くんはお昼は？
What will you do for lunch, Kagami-gun? I was going to get some bread. As the chime ends, the school vibrates gently with the increased activity. The usual runners must have been sent out for food by now.
なら急いだ方がいいよ。
Then shouldn't you hurry? True. I don't have anything left to say to her anyway, so I set off to the door. I look over my shoulder before I run off. I'm going. I'm really sorry about your forehead. If it still hurts, tell me later, and I'll make it up to you.
いいよ気にしなくって。
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
これくらい本当に大丈夫だから。
I can handle something like this. I nod curtly at her, then race towards the stairs. I wonder what she's having for lunch. None of my business, surely. The rooftop was hers from the beginning, anyway. She even has a blanket for rooftop use. The stairway is filled with people having lunch. I make my way down through the crowd. Oh boy. And there it is, the object of students' collective desire. You can't say there's a crowd here. You need another word. It's a tidal wave of people. People with bloodshot eyes, people frothing at the mouth. I think the Battle of Stalingrad must have been a bit like this.
フォワードは2人で1組だ。1人がやられても構わず進め。
Listen up! You go in two at a time! If your partner is taken down, don't mind him, just push forward! Ah, the guys who rush into the fray with their battle cry.
ダメだ。俺はもう立てねえ。
Ouch! Ouch! It's no good! I can't go on anymore!
何言ってんのよあんたにはまだ寮の手足がついてるじゃない
What, you wimp! You've still got both your arms and legs!
それか私が吹っ飛ばされてもその足を杖に立ち上がってよ
Even if one leg was ripped off, you could still use it as a crutch. Oh, shit. This is a different female. There are people waiting for you over here! You know! And then the girls shouting stuff at the injured boys. If Florence Nightingale saw this, she'd faint. Ah, yes, this is the battle. This is a battlefield. And I'm next to useless in this melee. Yeah! Man, I am getting the shit whooped out of me today. You guys notice that? Like, darn. Suddenly someone crashes into me from behind, making me drop to the floor.
なんだなんだ。なんか倒したぞ俺。
Whoa, what was that? I feel like I just pushed something down. Something? It was me! It was me you pushed down because you can't wait your turn! Gah! I'm being mercilessly trampled on.
やったわやったのよ
Yay! I've got it! I've got what I wanted! Woo! Eel sandwich! Oh, whoa.
ああこれを手に入れるためなら可愛がってるインコのピーちゃんを絞め殺したっていい
Ah! I would kill for this! I would even kill my dear parakeet Pichan! Anyway, victory! Yeah, you bitch! Stop dancing with joy on someone else's back! Get off! Just get... This bitch! I'm gonna slap her! I'm gonna slap her, you guys! No! I think I'm gonna die. I was careless. I figured I would be in time to buy something at my leisure. I got here only a little late, and look at Matt at the mess I ended up in. I'm just being beat the shit out. I can't even speak anymore because I've been pounded into the ground. The students are crowding around the vendor like orphans in a war zone around troops handing out gum and chocolate. The salesman sells and restocks as fast as he can, but he's starting to look more and more like a last offender about to yield. And I'm down here, trod on without mercy. I'm starting to pass out. Oh my gosh, that was intense, you guys. I feel like I was actually, like it was me that was beat up. I really do. I feel like I'm bruised and broken at this moment. All right, let's... A friend of mine sipping from a cardboard juice box spots me and calls out to me.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey there, Kohi! Whoa! He loses his cool when he notices the state I'm in.
大惨事。
Holy crap, what happened to you?
ちょっと公平それ何の仕込み
Kohi, what kind of pastime is that?
ネタにしても笑えないけど
If this is a joke, it's not funny. You don't have to tell me how I look. Disheartedly, I flap down into my seat. Just moving about makes various parts of my body protest. They didn't stop. They kept treading on me. I thought I was going to die. Now I have some idea of how women feel when they get... Oh my god. Damn, that just straight up... That escalated. Alright, now I have some idea of how women feel when they get raped. I didn't really make it sound worse than it was, but Sayama, that's Sayama Masaki, a girl I know, frowns at me.
そんなズタボロの格好で言われると笑えないからよそうねそういうことは
It's not funny when you look all beat up like that, so knock it off.
まったくだ。珍しく授業に出てねえと思ったら帰ってくるなりそれっか。
No shit, I thought it was weird for you not to be in class, and then when you show up you look like a bear almost ate you. That's Yogi Takeshi, who, like Sayama, is a friend of mine. Ugh, it looks like God really does punish swiftly when you do something bad.
何大げさな。
Okay, don't exaggerate. If that's punishment for skipping class, then I should be dead about 108 times by now. Why the hell 108 times? Oh. Anyway, unlike me, Yogi doesn't really pay attention in class. He listens to his MP3 player and he reads manga.
にしても小平。
So anyway, Kohi, Yogi looks down at my hand.
んなボロボロになってもしっかりパンだけはゲットしてんのか。
So, you got beaten up that badly, yet you still managed to get a hold of some bread? I'm impressed. Bread? I looked down. What the damn heezy?
何ってパンでしょうが、コロッケパンにアップルパイよく買えたわね。
Well, that's what we call bread. You've got a croquet and some apple pie too. Well done. I totally changed her voice. I'm sorry. I was like, damn, bread. It's like the heezy word was just like, what? God completely was doing. I don't remember buying this. I didn't think that it was possible after going through all that. Could it be that some Nora's power awakened in me, brought out by all that
ブ
stress?
ツブツ言ってないで、まず食べれば。
Why don't you stop muttering to yourself and eat your bread? Well, there are things you can't explain. I tried to tear the package around my bread. But crap, my hand is cramped up. I can't let go.
いいこと教えてあげる。
Listen up.
反対側の手を使ってこじ開けるといいのよ。
You can just pry your fingers loose with your other hand. Oh, good idea. Sayama is pretty bright. So, like she said, I used my left hand to pry loose the fingers of my right hand.
にしても浩平、お前結局どこ行ってたん？何回もメール打ったんだけど。
Anyway, Kohi, where'd you go? I sent you a bunch of mails. Sorry, I left my cell phone at home.
またかよ。
What again? I hate carrying it around with me all the time, so I usually leave it on my desk at home. Of course, that kind of defeats the point of having a cell phone in the first place. How many did you send, anyway? Usually, you'd give up after 2 or 3. Whoa, wait, go back. Okay, sorry, it won't let me go back. I don't know why. Usually, it lets you go back. This is Takashi. I think I sent 256. He suddenly doesn't seem to think of much of it, but something in the world around me freezes. At that time, my mom was thinking over the past few hours. All right, here we go. I know that my son is now an adolescent boy.
勝手に部屋の中に入ってはいけないってことも。
And I know I shouldn't just go into his room without asking. But,
部屋の中から何やらいかがわしい。
but what? There was this incessant buzzing noise coming out of his room.
何度も何度もなんです。
It kept going and going. So I had to go in there just for a bit.
入ってもウィンウィンうなってました。
It was still buzzing when I went in there.
なんだろうこのいかがわしい音？まさか、ああ、うちの子に限って。
I started worrying that maybe my own
いかが
son.
わしげなインターネットのいかがわしげなサイトでいかがわしげな何かをいかがわしく通信販売していたりとか。
Then maybe he suspiciously ordered something suspicious from a suspicious mail order site.
い
Oh,
その
Mom.
結局はあの子が忘れていた携帯電話だったんですけど。
But it turned out to be his cell phone.
でも、
Still.
何ですか最近の携帯の振動ってすごいですね。
Still, the thing youngsters carry around nowadays really vibrate a lot. Sigh. Did we get hit again? I just saw it like brump. I was like, damn, I do not need to get hit anymore today. There has been enough drama in my life. Just relax, world. Please, no one else punch me in the face. I have had enough. I cannot handle anymore. But at least I got that bread. 256? My mind shuts down when it tries to grasp why he sent so many, why he's such a moron. I let my gaze wander around the classroom. Hey! Shiraki enters the classroom timidly, as though not to draw attention to herself. She looks at me. She seems a bit surprised by my appearance, but then she nods almost imperceptibly at me and walks to her seat. She sits down and stares out of the window. Doesn't look like she's having any lunch. There's nobody who talks to her during lunch breaks. It's been a while since she transferred in, but she's still like this. She doesn't look that bad, objectively. She's cute enough, I think, and she looks after herself. She seems to be able to study, too. It's just that...
何見てんだ？あれ。
What's she staring at?
机見てるね。
She's just staring at her desk. She never even moves. Yep, she's finished looking outside, and she's just looking down at her desk without moving a muscle. She's always so introverted. There's this eerie atmosphere hanging around her. Then, something draws out our attention away from her.
あれ、ナジョさん、今来たの？
Oh, Naju-san! Did you just come in?
まあね。いやー、なんか起きたら10時回っちゃってて。
Yep. When I woke up, it was already 10 a.m.
それで、
授業に途中から出たら先生に迷惑じゃん。
And popping in during a lesson would be a bother to the teacher.
どうせならキリがいい午後
So I
にしようと
figured
思って
I
ね
would show up during lunch break. The atmosphere hanging around this particular girl is exactly the opposite of the one around Shiraka.
なんだなんじゃ重役出勤かよさすがだな
Flexible working hours again, not you. You never change.
そんな大したもんじゃないって。
It's not a big deal. She looks like a celebrity actress as she walks over to us. Her name is Naju Kiyako. Her carefully maintained hair swings gently with her gait. There's always a girl like her in every grade, the kind of beautiful girl who's easy to predict. She's the kind of girl who doesn't just want to gather people around her, but wants to be in the center of everyone's
ねえ
attention.
ねえ浩平くん、先生たち私のことなんか言ってなかった？
I'm going to make the executive decision to change her voice because I don't think it really fits her, what I said before. Now that we know a little more about her character, we're changing it. Say, Kahui-kun, did the teacher say anything about me? She disregards my battered state altogether, asking only about herself. No idea, I skipped class this morning.
そう珍しい。まあ大丈夫だよね。浩平くんがサボってたくらいなんだから。
What? Oh, unusual for you, but it'll be fine. You just skipped class after all. I don't know what will be fine, but if you're going to worry about things like this, then show up on time. I better not say that to her face, though.
でもやっぱもうちょっと
But
早く来れば
I
よかったか
think
な。
I should have come a bit earlier. After all,
みんなと
everyone
ご飯
is
食べ
done
損ねちゃった。
eating lunch already. Oh well, I suppose I should consider it my diet. You should just bring your own food. Antoinette. But of course I keep that to myself too. Though Nanju acts friendly enough towards me, I feel the two of us don't get along very well. She's stuck up, she's extravagant, and she never ever takes note of anyone. She's using my first name without me telling her to. For example, I don't know if the real Antoinette was a woman like this, but it seems appropriate.
ああ平気よ。栄養だったらタブレットとかで取ってるもん。
Oh, no worries. I have tablets in case I need nourishment. Oh, do you? I just go along with it. It's easiest. The weird thing about all this is that an Antoinette like her would talk to me. I get the feeling I spend more time talking to her than the other boys in our class. Then the chime announcing the start of the 5th period rings through the school. Nothing much happened after that. Well, the teacher asked me where I was this morning. I guess that made me cringe a bit.